Hello, it's me. I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Still chilling on American streets, and everybody wants to talk shit about me as I'm a camiso on the street. Come up with the best escape plan. What you have to say about me? At least I served my country after 9/11 on the streets. Wrong line, dumbass. How's everybody doing there nowadays? I'm Michael Raymond Camiso, a disabled combat veteran. After 9/11, Michael Camiso and the Battle Buddies online. Well, today I got more Pokemon cards. And I try my best to focus on having a discussion on my Pokemon cards, but sometimes I feel like I have to get more, off of my chest and everything as an American hero back home and everything. You know, I feel like so far I still doing the right things. Like, I know how everybody always point out the mistakes you make in the world because that's all people do on the internet is focusing on pointing out the mistakes you did in life. And so far, I feel like at the age of 40, I feel like as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Camiso, tell everybody to go fuck yourself as an American hero back home and all the shit I went through in my life as just being a teenager in the military. Oh, but I'm a really decent guy. My parents raised me the right way. Serving your country means a lot to me as Michael Camiso. And I feel that nobody's going to take that away from me as an American hero back then. And yeah, I get it. Maybe people back home try to help you as a veteran and everything, but sometimes I think people just do things for themselves nowadays to make yourselves look good on the internet and everything. So, because everybody has to have some type of image, because now everybody's on the internet and everything. I get panic attacks. I was always a shy person, even in the military. I think if y'all thought I got all the ladies in the barracks, I didn't get all the ladies in the barracks as like Camiso as a veteran, because I was always was shy around women. I don't know why, but in a way, I was really a shy person in the classroom. Even when a teacher uh, calls on me to answer a question or whatever, I get nervous in the classroom. Just even so, I was a quiet kid in classroom. I had a few words here and there in the classroom, or I said something. Somehow, people had conversations with me in the classroom and everything. And I do have Pokemon cards. Yeah, I got 12 of these Pokemon cards and everything. But I like I don't know much about the newer Pokemon cards because I was just a kid exploring the flea market because that's one problem being an adult. People forget what it meant to be a kid because you see the world as a different place compared to an adult and a kid. And when they, it's like, I like, when I was in the military, I was in the army, but Sometimes it would have been cool to see how the Marines do things. And the Marines, I like that word, simplify. They got Marines in them, and simplify. And it's common sense to live in a life in America and all around the world as a human being in this planet. Like, it shouldn't be so complicated for people to get along with each other in the 21st century as, man, I'm a 1980s child that grew up how technology advanced so fast as to 2025. So we didn't have all these damn channels and internet when I was a kid. We was always outside and playing and doing something. I always liked hanging with my brother when I was a kid. So I basically followed my brother around because he always doing some cool things as my brother. And I was a shy kid. I don't know how many friends I had in school because I don't know if I was cool in school because I was a shy, quiet kid. And I didn't go to all them cool parties in school. On the weekends, I worked out with my dad on the weekends. Me and my dad always went to Trenton. There's a gym in Trenton right there on the Olden Avenue. And I was actually trying to focus to win the match. I think the thing that messed me on wrestling is my coach wanted me to do summer wrestling, and I was like, summer wrestling. So I guess it's a summer camp for wrestlers, and you go to college, and I guess the college students and coaches teach you how to wrestle. Well, it was in the summer, and in the summer. I always went to great grandma's house and the Long Beach Island with my parents and grandma. That's what I always waited. The best time in school was when I graduated. Because every summer I always waited to go with my family to go to great grandma's at Long Beach Island and everything. No, no, no. I didn't say I had, you know, good times in school, but there was a lot of pressure being in school as a teenager. Well, I really didn't really focus on that. I think I just wanted to get out of school. I said every time, because I just jumped on the school bus, it's time to go home. I just go home and I don't even know how I did my homework because sometimes I, I did the homework so fast. I didn't realize that sometimes I didn't realize I did homework in school because I wanted to get done school so fast to go to great grandma's in Long Beach Island with my mom and dad and the family. So, no disrespect to the schools or the teachers or the students. I was an outcast and I just wanted to go outside and chill and everything. That's I understand. I have a speech impediment, but just because somebody can't pronounce the word right doesn't make them stupid. And having that feeling that you're stupid all the time sucks because how do you know that stupid kid in school might have the right answer in the classroom and everything? So I apologize as a veteran if I don't know all the rules of using American internet in the 21st century back home as a civilian. Because I guess as a veteran, I'm a civilian now, and you just gotta feel that your veterans are back home as an Americans and everything. And so I don't think it can be that hard to chill with your veterans back home and everything. Because I was just a 19-year-old teenager going in the military. And, you know, I miss the military. Not the war part, but just hanging with my battle buddies. I think it was the same thing in the military. Just listen to the drill sergeant in basic training, and then you get out of basic training. I think that was the thing that was inside my mind when I was in basic training, as I did in school. Just get good grades in basic training so the drill sergeant won't be picking on you. Because it seems like if you get the drill sergeant angry, the drill sergeant starts screaming at you. So I didn't, but first I thought that it gave me in like a preview. My recruiter was my teacher and coach in the military and the school. So I knew that my recruiter really well. So I listened to him because he was my teacher and everything. And I took that preview on how the drill sergeants yells at you. So all these bunch of drill sergeants came running through the whatever building. And you know, and the drill sergeant came up to my face like this. And I wasn't laughing at the drill sergeant. Everybody was yelling and screaming so much I couldn't hear the drill sergeant. So I was laughing because I don't know why, but I don't know these jokes. I don't know these drill sergeants. I don't know these people or anything. And he just starts yelling. I thought it was funny. So I was laughing at the drill sergeant. I stayed at the attention and I didn't move. And I just thought, I said, just follow the drill sergeant and everything be okay after we're done this today. Because it was just a preview of it wasn't basic training yet. It was just a preview of it. And I followed the drill sergeant around. And I just kept on, in my mind, the only thing that kept me going through following through that, it was because I was laughing because I couldn't understand what the drill sergeant was saying. That was all through the military. Even at war, I had something funny in my mind when I was out. I said, we're still, I think I was like, it's okay, battle buddies. We're not at war. We're still in Europe and we're having drinks and partying. And that's what, and I was laughing because I can make my battle buddies laugh. Oh, and I felt like they had fun with me when I was serving my country. I think a lot of people, a lot of battle buddies, or I didn't get to know, I got to know, I don't know if I got to know, I don't know all the battle buddies that went to war. Because I don't know how many, so all I knew, whoever was around me. So it was my platoon and the company and the battalion. And after that, or whatever unit, what, I'm sorry if I can't remember all the names that I went to war with, or we went, it was like on the wrestling team, we went, the one thing about wrestling is they go by your last name in the military as on the wrestling team. So I'm Camiso. So all through the military, all you heard was by Camiso in the military. Because I was just in, I had something funny in my mind. That must have been that drill sergeant that made me laugh. That kept me going through the military. Somehow that drill sergeant got me through war. And I laughed. And then, when I went through the gas chamber in the basic training, and they told you to take the mask off for a little bit, I looked around. Oh, and I took it off. I said, whoa, I put it right back on. And then we had to walk out the door, and the drill sergeant stopped us. I felt like I had the meanest drill sergeant in basic training. It was Drill Sergeant Smith. I think I had the meanest drill sergeant, and I had the toughest drill sergeant of all the other drill sergeant. And my drill sergeant came to stop me. He said, "Take your mask off." I didn't take my mask off right away. I just stared at the drill sergeant. He said, "Yeah, Private, I want you to sing the Army song." And I said, "Oh, shoot. I didn't study for that song." So I took the mask off, and I said, "March ahead," whatever. And all of a sudden, there's boogers coming out, and I was tearing, and I was like, I said, he said, "All right, get to the drill sergeant. All right, go, get the heck out of here." And I said, "All good." It cleared, it cleared out my sinuses. Felt the gas chamber in the basic training. I felt like I could have breathed more. So, you know, I just wanted to show you my Pokemon cards and everything. So, I like these because they're, they're old, but not that old. But they're old. But I don't know how old Pokemon can be. But Pokemon's still out there. But Pokemon, they're old. There's some old. I think I need some from this set in here or something. So, but I realize they don't have the same mixtures as them. They're not in the same pattern on where the card is. So, because they're all different. So, I don't know if that was true or not. You know, that's okay. Oh man, I saw the shiny card. The shiny card's on the end, so maybe you don't have to mix them. There you go. Look at that one there. There's a Pokeball card. So you got 12 packages. Oh, and I got 12 packages, and I got a battle one. Cool. Okay. So, and I look, there's another Pokemon card. You know, I'm just trying my best back home as a veteran, but you're kind of hard on me because I'm a really nice person, and I don't think you're a bad guy for collecting Pokemon cards. And I don't know if anybody's been watching my YouTube videos for years. I said, yeah, I'm single and I collect things as a hobby. And it's cool to have them things because I grew up with that stuff. But if I have kids of my own, I probably hand down my good stuff to my kids and said, "This is a Babe Ruth baseball card. Don't mess up with this baseball." I don't think I will give my Babe Ruth baseball card. They will ruin my baseball card and all the hard work over here. I don't know. I will hold on to son and daughters. If I ever have kids, I will hold on to this Babe Ruth baseball card because you will mess it up, man. There, there's that one. These are old. They're in the 20s, the lower 20s. But there were some old ones in here. Apparently, they made different. There's Pokemon cards in the world, and there's rare cards or something like baseball cards. I don't know everything about Pokemon cards. I'm not a professional Pokemon person. I just collect them. So I know it's like playing the Game Boy game. I was really good on the Game Boy game. I beat the game, but I felt like I should have didn't. I didn't get all the Pokemon cards. So there was times where I felt, oh, you're supposed to collect all Pokemon cards because in the beginning of the game, you have that little professor at the house, and he wanted to build the Pokemon decks for the Pokemon. Like he wanted to capture all of them. So when you get to the higher up Pokemon card, the harder it is to capture that Pokemon because you're a good stranger. You got all the I got all the basic Pokemon cards. I got a lot of rare Pokemon cards in the game. But there were times where this Pokemon is undefeated. Like there's a Mewtwo in that game, but the find one, I don't know where I I was the game. I never wanted to know the cheat codes on the game, so I try to figure the game. I like I like putting puzzles together because I wanted to figure out where the Pokemon myself. So I know where all the Pokemon. I know where Mewtwo is. I know where everything is, but it's kind of hard. So I don't know. Back to the Pokemon cards. I got a good decent amount of Pokemon cards. I think I got more baseball cards. I don't know. No, I think there's more Pokemon. I don't know. Rick, if you know what you saw in the Pokemon game, I'm just looking to see, oh, for that cool one. Well, I guess everybody is. No, there's, you know, before they become a hologram in the card, they have to grow up to be involved as a stronger Pokemon. So there's another Pokemon card and another one. Oh, these look like the ones I need. I think I need like towards almost like the end of the 90s and beginning of the 2000s, early 2000s, because they're connected. And I think it's a Hawaiian or something uh Pokemon that's like towards I'm trying this I don't know. I decided just keep on buying Pokemon cards and just see what happens. And that's, oh, I got them shiny ones. Yeah. All right. That was the first one. And then there's that one. I got 12 of these. If you remember in the beginning of the video, oh, something came out. Oh, man. Look at that. I guess that came out of there too. I don't even know where that came from. Where? I too. Then have you? I don't know. I did it. Look, see, like that one's not a hologram, but it looks like a pretty cool Pokemon. I don't know who his name is. I don't know the name of the Pokemon. See, I'm old-fashioned Pokemon, so some of these are like, man, imagine if they come out with a game and you have to collect all the damn Pokemon cards that came out on the card. Man, yeah, that'd probably be fun though. That game would probably take for years to beat storyline games. If I beat the Uncharted game, but I was stood up all day, all night, and like, it took like a week or so, maybe a little less than a week. I beat the game, but I always felt like that game should have been a little bit longer because when you're playing a game, you want to be part of the character in the game. So sometimes you feel like well, this story doesn't make sense. It should have been a little bit longer and everything. But I'm not, I think I'm not, I don't know. There's that one then. There's that Pokemon. Well, I don't, in the future, I don't think games are going to be like always fighting all the time. It's going to be slowing down to like killing games like Super Mario Brothers. No matter what, Super Mario Brothers or something, it's still going to come back. Because I felt when I was playing games with my friends, me and my brother always went over uh, my friend's house and everything and played video games. And I felt like we had fun when we all was having fun in the game. And it wasn't a violent game. So people buy is, like Indiana Jones. That's not a violent movie. Indiana Jones is like an adventure. Yeah, you got here and there fighting, but you're Indiana Jones in the game, and you're just trying to protect the history because you're in archaeology. And if you saw, did you know there's more to Indiana Jones? There's Indiana Jones when he was younger. There was like a TV show of Indiana Jones. I don't know if it was like the 80s or lower 90s or something. And there's more story to Indiana Jones. So, what's his name? Ha- Stay Alive, Harrison Ford, and and Stay Alive, Michael Jackson fought. Because eventually they're going to find a cure for all the viruses and this. We have the technology and March, as a human being, find a cure for all the viruses and diseases. But I don't just wanted to show Pokemon cards today. Pokemon. Oh, and Sylvester Stallone stay alive too. Was always feel like Rocky was supposed to still come back somehow. You know, here's a we're supposed to make Rocky 10,000, Sylvester Stallone. Well, you gotta keep going, Harry. Hey, there's a lot of other cool actors and actresses out there. And what there's all these Pokemon. Energy card, energy card, energy card, energy card, energy card. Oh, there. There you go. And as a veteran back home, why should I accept or what people are bullying me and calling me a name back home? I have no disrespect as an American law. I understand you need American law and all that, stranger. But I shouldn't get disrespected like that as a veteran back home because I'm representing country as a veteran and a flag. And to disrespect your flag is to disrespect your veterans and everything. So I'm not sure just because you sit on somebody's computer and have nothing else better to do but sit on a veteran's computer back home as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 attack online in New York City around here doesn't give you the right to sit on my computer and oh wow, we all go on the same internet and same sites as everybody and everything. I'm still have the right to say I'm an American. I serve my country. I feel like I'm doing the right things in life. So far, I feel like my YouTube videos are pretty decent YouTube videos. I don't go out and disrespect people with my YouTube videos. I feel like that's to me so. I'm trying to chill people up, chill people out, and make people laugh in the world. Nice. If you read my YouTube channel, that's all I'm trying to do. But to go out of your way because you're having a bad day at desk outside at court doesn't give you the right to talk to me at court like that as a disabled combat veteran. You know, I hold back a lot. When I was on the wrestling mat, I felt like I wanted to beat the crap out of that wrestling kid sometime. But that's not what my coach told me to. You don't want to hurt the other teammate. It's called sportsmanship. So with American law, it's like sportsmanship. There's a lot of Americans that live in America, and you have the law as an American law. And the reason America is the way America is people stood up for themselves in America. And it ain't my fault people get pissed off at disabled combat veterans after 9/11 attack. Because I'm a really good guy, and I feel like I'm an artist. Yet I can learn more tricks of art or how to maybe paint. Well, my dad is a painter, so I feel like I know enough to understand what to do to paint a real good art as an artist. You know, it sucks people talk to you as veterans back home like that. You know, just because you're in a suit and something or whatever level of rank you are on the streets in America or whatever. But I want to, I won't talk bad about people because, for one, that makes you, who's going to hang with you if you talk bad about people all the time. And personally, I think American television made the law look bad. You reason why people don't like the law is because you made it that way on television. You made yourself look bad on television as the law, as the show cops who are afraid. Just because somebody's afraid of the law doesn't give you the right to bully me as an American citizen. As I have cool battle buddies all around the world when I served my country. And sometimes I was the older brother. So as an older brother, I always felt like I have to stand up for my younger brother. So I had that same thing everywhere I went in the military. And now, as a veteran. So I felt like the law had to break more laws to make me try to look bad as you use television to make that person look bad. Then I have to go against the television saying, oh, why? Well, how is it my fault that you decide to sit on my computer and basically it felt like the law was handing me the sites to me online and make me look bad. And I'm like, oh, how hard is it to direct each other in the right future, in the right path on the internet with technology as to in an invention of as a camera and a camcorder. A lot of people want to be actors and actresses. So YouTube has a good quality too. Why you all sit there and act like school is over for everybody because you're an adult? Everything. I've read somewhere just because somebody knows everything, that person is not going to learn anything anymore because he feels like he already learned everything. And that's not the fact. There's a lot of words in the dictionary. So I highly doubt you all sat there and tried to, I don't know, to hurt my feelings as you talk to me like I'm a piece of shit soldier back home as a veteran, disabled combat veteran after that. Nobody learned the facts about me on the internet. The law really doesn't learn the facts about you on the internet. All you do is hack each other, and you invaded my privacy, and you mocked me and called me a name and bullied me basically at court just to try to bully me out of my rights as the court. You try to scare me and put me in chains. You try to scare me as a soldier, and I have a disability where terrorists capture soldiers to cut their heads off. That's a dozen. 100% disabled combat veteran after 9/11 attack in New York City. And I'm back home in America. What would you take? You were a soldier back home and people started to treat you like shit. You would start said stand up for yourself, right? So in a way it's in my right to punch somebody as people want to cut my head off. Some gangster terrorist on the internet that's calling me a piece of shit soldier after a 9/11 attack on the internet. So I guess at Lions Hospital, they told me to get a hobby so I could calm down. If I was a good wrestler, and they told me hand-to-hand combat. And I'm just tired of people pushing me and punching me back home. That's a blood saying stupid pussy gang outside and push me in the face. Because hey, read it on the internet, somebody stole my goddamn lottery ticket. And it seems like the law, this some kind of organized crime on the internet. And I got involved because I'm an American hero. Because I stood up to bullies for the save my country after 9/11 attack in New York City. So it's not my fault. I got bullied by the law back home. And you all act like you all can be my friends now. And I'm like, who's my friends? And I'm like, it's kind of hard to see as you're going to sit there and watch me for years make stupid videos and art and actually sit there and tell me I'll be a bad dad one day. I didn't even get a chance to be a good dad because I'm not even had kids on my own yet. But you are judged before you even had kids. So let it follow Michael Jackson. You guys didn't learn shit from Michael Jackson. Having a cry heart and having being a good person 24 hours a day. Then you act like I'm some kind of punk and I'm 200, almost 300 pounds. Or I'm not freaking I'm 19 years old. And I'm 40 years old, and that's when I was 19 years old, and everybody treats me, and I didn't do shit in my life. Kind of fucking sucks too. That's an American hero back home. Well, I worked out. The reason why I won matches because I worked out with my dad, and I listened to the coach and never gave up on the wrestling mat. So a bodybuilder told me how to work out and rest with my dad in Trenton in a gym around here in Trenton. So it sucks that you hold back when you know I have to beat this kid on the mat when I'm worked out every single day. I know I can bring this kid because I'm strong enough to bring this kid. It's the American hero. You're talking like shit. I could have got my head chopped in, but you know who big little fucking 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 sucks. That's my hometown law. And all I get is to let Pokemon cards. I taught your kids more. That's the law online, and all the law teaches that we can do whatever the fuck we want and treat you like shit. So, I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. And I didn't get a chance to show you all my Pokemon cards. It sucks, but you know you're a good guy, and nobody stands up for you, and you stand up for everybody your whole life as Camiso. I stood up for the wrestling team. I stood up for the military. I stood up for my parents. I stood up for my family and brother. I stood up to the whole country as the older brother. And everybody goes out and make you look like the bad guy back home as a disabled combat veteran. It sucks. Well, you got no balls to hang with me back home as a disabled combat veteran. This one looks cool. You know how to talk about me and act the way you got, even the law, because you really don't want to party with me back home and everything. Right? The law did all that for what? Because the law doesn't want to help a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 attack in New York City. You know, sucks when people can talk behind your back and don't tell you to your face, sucks, dude. right? You're good friends in the beginning as kids, and then you grow up as adults, and now you all talk behind each other's back on the internet. And then I wonder why shit the way it is and everything. So I'm not disrespecting anything. Felt like I deserve more respect because I earned it. I'm trying to tell my battle buddies, serving your country is an honorable thing as we're Americans online. So what gives you the right to tell me how to live and dress and look in the way I want to walk? And as I feel like I'm respectful for everybody, I'm respectful to my parents, I'm respectful to the damn law, I'm respectful. God damn, well, you all pretty much walking all over me, and I can't say that because you all look bad now, and they make me feel bad. And I'm like, what kind of friendship is that? All you doing fucking been miserable your whole goddamn life and don't realize shit. I'm 40. I'm gonna do things that I want to do in life. I don't feel like I have to follow some guidelines because I feel like I'm serve my country and I follow the rules in the military and I have conscience. You know, that conscience, the angel and the devil on every soldier and on everybody around the world and I know it's from right from wrong, but that's not how the internet treats you. You hack it, hack it, hack it, hack it, and call it a piece of shit because of the internet. And then you didn't learn shit about your American hero. My hometown all don't know shit about me as an American hero online back home and everything. Because you hack my computer. That's because you hack people's computer. So you don't know shit. Listen, you don't have conversation face to face to each other. That's the internet nowadays. So I'm just collecting Pokemon cards. So sometimes I need to calm down, and then you all party without me, and then all that, and then I'm like, hey man, I didn't know it was that serious. So I am a good guy, and I'm allowed to say I fed myself as an American hero, man. So if that's an American hero, you got no balls as an American to stand up for your American heroes back home, and I do. It says a lot about a person like me. I'm smart enough to be my own lawyer and say, how do you sit there? You're going to be on cameras and act like a fool on cameras at court and treat your soldiers on live television like shit at court online. So that's why people don't like going to court. You made your courtroom look mean as hell on television. You made the law look mean as hell. You look like the court means as hell because that's how the television put it. And that's how people start crime and fighting on the streets because they don't want to go to court to the law for help because you're too mean. You treat us like we're not smart enough as Americans to understand what it means to be an American, dude. Shit. So, it's hard. I saw all my Pokemon cards because you guys got to talk over me because you know that you guys did was suck back home. You trying to read that word? So, you said another thing, as a veteran, you tell your veterans to let out your feelings. So you won't keep your feelings bundled up in your and everything. I got a lot of things to say as Camiso. I was a shy, quiet kid as school. And I felt like I was a little shy in the military as a battle buddy. But just because there's a quiet kid, oh that kid must be stupid because he's the quiet kid in class. That kid might have all the answers. I read that Albert Einstein was treated like he was disabled, mentally challenged. His parents thought Albert Einstein was mentally challenged and he became out a genius. So it sucks that the law knows the law, and then it's my fault they don't tell the law exactly the right way. This misleading you on the internet sucks. It just seems like you all have bored and have nothing else better to do to pick fights with each other on the internet in the world. Meanwhile, we know that dinosaurs lived on this planet longer than human beings. So if dinosaurs are smart enough to live on this planet longer than we are as human beings, that tells a lot towards us as human beings. You know, I was the shy, service guy that knew the answers, the eager to tell it, but I didn't want to make everybody feel bad that they don't know the answer, or I was just like, if I'm right or not, I look stupid in class. Because the pressure we put on each other doesn't make any sense. I'm an American hero that served my country. You had loud parties in this house. The whole world heard this house with loud music and partying. And I can't let out my feelings because you don't want me to hurt your feelings as a veteran. So I wasn't in the military. I was at war a long time, but I don't feel like I was in the military long enough. But I took out the good quality of military as Camiso. I understand respect, duty, honor, dignity, integrity. I wonder, as a guy that has integrity to stand up to bullies as around the world as a veteran, I wonder if the hometown law has an integrity. Because you have a job to do, as you get paid what you do. The internet gets paid for what we go through as people on the internet. The internet must be some kind of quadrillions of dollars that went into the internet, and we're here to destroy it because you don't want somebody else to make it in the world, so you just acting, block me, scam me, block me, mock me, e-bomb me, and direct me the wrong way on purpose because you're having a bad day at office around you. Because the only people that really can do that nowadays to hack things are higher up, ranking everything. Georgia. Because we're Americans and we want to follow the law as Americans. We want to respect the law as Americans. But we, as Americans, also are Americans as ourselves. So I don't know how much this gas I have to do as a veteran back home, but I feel like I'm a respectful guy with a good personality and a character. And I was just a shy, quiet kid in school, and people came up and talked to me, and I was just like, I felt like I had nothing good to say when the conversation. So when people talk over you as the court, the only reason why people talk over you and prevent you to help yourself because they know what they did was wrong. To take you back. I know that I feel like I'd be a really good dad one day. I'm 40 years old, responsible. I take care of my cat, pay my bills on time. I'm caring. I help people out back home as a veteran. I have a good heart. But this sucks that people actually have shows that talk bad about each other on the internet. It probably got low ratings. Even the news got low ratings. Nobody likes watching news no more because it's all bullshit. How everybody's got to do some kind of bullshit to hate on each other for no goddamn reason. So I just feel like I don't know. I want to live my life back home. I still want to go to Venice, Italy. I'm smart. I got this far in life. I'm not a hater. So I'm just a really good guy that it seems that the reason why there's negative on the internet is because people have more time right, just to bully somebody on the internet and everything. So there's billions of people on the internet 24 hours a day. Not just the law. So if the law sees the same thing as the billions of other people that seems on the internet, it just doesn't make any sense then. And I'm like, well, I'm avoiding negative. I feel like I avoid the negative on the internet because we're smart enough to have no negative in us. So I'd rather be a good friend and a good brother and a good son. I want to be that American hero back home. So I can't, if you guys can't help me out back home, then I have to help myself back home as an American hero back home. Nobody has the right to call each other's names. We have a law that's called discriminating. Just because you think that name calling's right for you as the law doesn't give you the right to call somebody that name as it's discrimination. Wow. Kids making fun of me and laughing around me. And I don't know if people making fun of me or laughing with me. So I like making my videos. And I think people do things on purpose. Because, yeah, maybe in a way you want me to succeed back home as a veteran. But I don't even know why they came up with the word jealous. You can't be my friends back home and family because the word jealous. Right? Sometimes when I was on the wrestling team, I think I thought other wrestlers did things on purpose just to, whatever, try to beat me. And so I just wanted to win for the coach. I wasn't really, yeah, wrestling is like you're on their mat by yourself, but you got your team and your coach too. So I just wanted to win for the team. That's the thing I had in my mind. And I felt bad when I lost matches and everything. Because I felt when I lose for the team. But sometimes if I don't know, all the other wrestlers thought the same, but that's what I thought. So I'm not making YouTube videos to put people down. Well, it's kind of cool to show all my cool, all things that I got over the years. And I was a shy, quiet kid. I have no social skills. And, but I still feel like my battle buddies had a good time with me when I served my country. So there's a lot of battle buddies I would have liked to party with. So, and, you know, I went to war with a lot of cool battle buddies, dude. We were good Americans that felt like we had to protect our country after 9/11, and I was one of them. And I think that's enough for the law to back off of me just because you hack my computer. Oh, they got balls to all join together and try to screw your life over as an American hero back home. So I just want to show my Pokemon cards, that's all. And here and there, I try to make people laugh, but then I think people take each other the wrong way on purpose because they want to look better on the streets, right? The reason why people talk shit about each other on the streets because you want to look better on the streets. No, that's not a good friend, though. Just because others succeed more than you doesn't give you the right to put them down and make them feel bad for who they are as a person. Or if somebody's not making it as well as you, doesn't give you the right to make them feel bad for who they are as a person. I have learning disability, but I was smart enough to graduate high school in high school. So my record shows that you're all just proving that I am even a better person for being who I am as Camiso back home. And you just look like mean people that have nothing else better to do as Americans, as a hometown and hometown law back home. So, for one, It sucks that people they, they hear one thing on the internet and believe everything they hear on the internet. Where it seems that people lie all the time. So I'm gonna keep my personality and I'm gonna keep making my videos because that's what I've been doing. My grandma died, my landlord died, and the guy that was going to help me put me on overhaul and died as my mechanic. He had like brain cancer or something. So I, as a human being, as an American, is faced with the same conflict and situation as living your life as a human being on planet Earth. So yeah, I'm upset things not happening the way I thought it would happen because you act like the internet is some big secret, dude. That sucks that the law treats you like the internet is some big secret. So I think it's unfair for you guys to sit there and call me names and put me down and bully me and mock me, then blackmail me. The reason why people put yourself on television, on live television, now everybody can blackmail you and call your names, and you can't say shit as an American, as a veteran, because you want to make fun of me and hate on me for no reason, because they put me on some kind of live television. So I think in a way I made my YouTube videos at war, is they're going to put me on live television to hurt me as the terrorist and some pushy gang outside on the streets. But you're treating each other like animals as human beings. We're not animals, we're human beings. So I'm going to be me, Michael Camiso, after 9/11. I was a good teammate. I'm in my bedroom because they all act like they got to find clues of why they have to screw my life over. But it seems like you all try to scam me so you can rob me later as a disabled combat veteran after 9. That's how you make me feel with combat PTSD after 9/11. So I have the same technologies as the American law back home and their homes. I'm not trying to break no law. I'm not trying to do anything different. And I'm just trying to be who I am. Or I I think it's cool that I'm different anyways. Like um I'm glad that I make my YouTube videos and stand up for my family and friends. It tells a lot about myself and my character and as a battle buddy and who I was as a wrestling team. So I know that I wrestled the right way on the mat. I did the right things and I kept fighting towards the end as I felt like I was just super tired as I had a hernia surgery. So there's a chance that I could have had a hernia. The doctor told me I had my hernia longer than I had my hernia. And I maybe felt like it could have been on the wrestling team as I worked out in the summer. And I tried the hardest in classroom. I tried the hardest in school. I tried the hardest in the military. I tried the hardest on the wrestling team. And I'm trying the hardest as an artist. I feel like I am a true artist. And I know I can make good art because I take my time when I make my art. So it sucks people invade your privacy and don't trust you as a veteran on the internet. Wow, people hack you in your computer and make people believe things on purpose, and you sit there and I'm like, man, can't believe people could turn on each other that fast. As we grew up with Michael Jackson music in the world, you know, Michael Jackson had a good heart and he sang for a reason, you know. Yeah, maybe he sang because he was a kid and he wanted to say something. He had something to say, Michael Jackson, and he had something good to say, and his music made sense. No matter how hard you all claim or whatever, Michael Jackson had a good heart, and he had good music, and he did something he wanted to do in life. And to invade people's privacy and to scare them on purpose sucks. And then people believe whatever. But you know what? It's the internet. It's not like the internet back in the day. The internet, I don't think you can call the internet no more. Television. The internet is television. Everybody has a smart to use a computer nowadays. Because every child is trained to use a kit computer in schools. So everybody sees the same thing on the internet. Yeah, it sucks that there's any kind of type of negative on the internet as people and on the internet front because it doesn't make any sense. As we are supposed to advance as human beings, just because somebody had a bad day and claim this is how the future's supposed to, but it's not my future. You know, I feel like I could go to Princeton University. I felt like my coach was mad at me on the wrestling team because I didn't wrestle my senior year because I was going to get ready to go in the military. It's because I could have got a scholarship to go to Princeton University. I don't think my grades was that bad. Maybe it could have been more improved, but nowadays I don't think it's that hard to get into college. Yeah, you got to pay some type of bill, but there's all different types of colleges on the internet. So, yeah, it sucks that people teach you the wrong way to make you look bad in a classroom. You know, I'm not saying teachers taught me bad because I felt like every teacher that I went liked me in the classroom. I'm just saying, as the law, just because you teach us a different way, so you sound like you had the right to do something, doesn't give you the right. And you actually look worse than I do because I'm an American hero back home online. And I didn't come back home to make people look back home as a veteran. It's not my character because I want to do that to my battle buddies because I felt like my battle buddies were the ones that protected me at war because we all had each other's backs in the military. We stood up for each other, you know? In the civilian world, it just feels like nobody stands up for you no more. So I just collected Pokemon cards. I had to let things out because that's what they told me at Lions Hospital. I hold, I'm the kind of person that holds everything back so I won't make you cry. You know, if I was a drill sergeant in basic training, I said, "Oh, are you gonna cry again with your milk and cookies or something?" And I would like, "Come over here, you, Mr. Private. What are you doing in basic training if you can't handle yelling, dude?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't even. I got far ass going to war, but I have no regrets. I'm glad that I served my country. I gotta put the TV on. It's too quiet. Hmm, 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 hmm. So, well, I don't know how long you're supposed to be showing Pokemon cards. It's already been an hour and 3 minutes. I'm sorry, I gotta let out things because I feel like you're just gonna walk all over me and act like I'm nobody. And I think that's wrong. That's the number. Just because, oh, you feel like you're better than that person and you're allowed to walk all over them. That sucks because that's not how we was taught with Michael Jackson. So I really don't understand the conflict in the world because Michael Jackson, I don't know how many countries he sang all around the world, but Michael Jackson must have sang in every almost. I will say almost. I don't know. It would have been cool to go to a Michael Jackson concert. He went all around the world and every country, and I guess they got internet in the world nowadays, and uh, I guess people listen to music. You know, people listen to Michael Jackson before the internet. So somehow, even before the internet, in the 60s and the 70s, there's Michael Jackson. That's why there was the 60s, the hippies around, because of Michael Jackson in the world. Which I tell me every person in the world was chilling in the 60s, smoking weed on the streets, and just chilling, and somehow you forgot what that meant as listening to Michael Jackson music. That's bullshit, man. Because we're all still listening to Michael Jackson music all around the world. That's like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're allowed to talk bad about you on TV, but we're not strong enough to stand up for each other as friends and family back home, or as in general. No, no, it's hard being Camisha. Because I was a blind, I was basically had the, I was super, I had no eyesight on the wrestling team. I had really bad eyes. That's why I got LASIK surgery in Fort Bragg. Sometimes I feel like I might need one more zap of that laser in my eye, but I only trust Fort Bragg to do it. They told me I might need reading glasses, but it felt so good to get LASIK surgery because I was so almost blind that I was like, man, you ever heard that song? I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. After that part, well, that's how I felt when I got my eye surgery. I saw everything. I said, holy crap, you're wrestling me now? I can see where your leg is. I was so blind I couldn't see where the leg was on the wrestling team. I was like, is that the leg? And the leg already passed me. I couldn't see because I think that's why people wanted to wrestle me. They knew I was blind towards the end of my, and I was, they dislocated my collarbone, broke my sternum in three places. I heard a popping going on in my body. My jaw locks up. I got some cauliflower here over here. Or was it over? No, over here. They slammed me on the mat. And the coach said, you're not supposed to slam him on the mat. But I didn't listen. They slammed me on the mat. And I didn't really have a good headgear. I got the headgear, whatever you call it, nowadays on the school. So I had the new one, but it was not the good one. I had to go to the store and buy the newer ones that it don't move around when you wrestle. But sometimes I felt like that's the reason why I couldn't wrestle. Yeah, I had bad eyes. I may not knew the wrestling move because I didn't go to summer camp on the wrestling thing. But I felt the only thing that was messing me up was the sting on my damn head. It's like a distraction a little bit. And you have to have really good wrestling shoes. If you don't have good wrestling shoes, you might as well say that's the end of the match. Then you should have some good padding for your knees. Because when you slide, your knees get sticks to the mat. So the ones they gave me always kept falling down. I was like, this thing getting on my nerves. And I was trying to slide on the mat, and this thing's not really helping me that much. Slide on the mat because my knee gets stuck on the mat, and I guess I was trying to look cool with knee pads, and see, that's what it was. Everybody's got that. Oh, now I'm good on the wrestling team. Now I need all this good equipment, and I have to look good on the mat. And that pressure, I had everything. I finally got a blue book bag. I had a red book bag. I finally got a blue book bag. And then I was all in headgear. And I was like, I'm ready. And then I must have zoned out on the mat or something. Because everybody's yelling at me. I was yelling at me. The rest was ran up. Everyone's over there, and even people on the bleachers yelling at me. And I'm like, so I was like ADD. I was like, oh, I was like, so I thought he was all trying to help me. The guy's over here now. I'm like, no, but I felt like the guy was over here on the wrestling, man. So then I got distracted, and I said, I guess the best thing for the team is to take a break my senior year on this. Because they knew all the good moves. They had better They said the poorer schools can't afford the better referees. So they all put that shit in my head when I was on the wrestling mat, and I believed them. And sometimes I felt like it was true because this guy was choking me out, and I'm like, I was just tired. I think I was tired. I was too light. I was 160 the whole time I was in high school. Then they made me 160 all through military. And anybody can pick up 160. I can't. They don't can't pick me up now. I'm 290 pounds now. There's that one. There's that one. There's that one. Just point out whenever you're ready, when you see something good out there. Oh, they gave me enough energy cards. Oh, look at that thing. It's an eel. What's that? I don't know. Some of these things, I don't know what it is. What's that? Uh-oh. Well, I do one more. So sorry. Hi. I feel like I took too much of your time as the world, and you can't handle too much of a lot of things. Oh, that was the shiny one. See, I think that's what they did on the wrestling team. They try to distract me because they know I pinned you fast because I wanted to get you off the wrestling. I was bored, tired, wanted to go home again to go to great great grandma's house in Long Beach Island in the summer. It was cool hanging with my brother and my mom and my dad. My dad went sometimes, but dad always working all the time. And grandma and whoever else came at that time. I don't know. I think all I saw was them at the beach. Well, that's all. I think I'm going to take a break. I let out a lot of pressure today. And I feel like, you know what? Review all of your financial statements. So far, at 40, I still want to go to Venice, Italy, maybe a chance with Greece, and Rome. You do keep financial records, don't you? That's good for now. Revenue reports, taxable income. What? I achieved a lot as a goofy guy in school. I was a shy, goofy guy. I didn't know what to talk about because I don't know what everybody's talking about. I was always zoned out. I try to, they say, I think on the wrestling team, they try to, because you know you're zone. I'm listening. When I'm on the wrestling, when we're driving to the school, to the match, I try to block everybody out. Because I worked out. I know I've been people before. But it's hard. And I block people out with my music. I see people, teammates talking about something over there, and teammates. I really didn't. I was like, I had one CD that I made a music CD. It had Rocky, Eye of the Tiger music on a CD, and I still got that CD somewhere, and all the different music that was on there. And I just put that on, I turn my music really high so I won't hear anybody, and I just try to zone out. I think when you get to the school, everybody trying to break your zone out. They're doing things over here and weird. You just got. I needed to be heavier and stronger on their material. If I was heavier and really strong, I don't think they would even be able to move me from the. You know, I What's that, prone, or whatever you call it? I forgot their wrestling name. Always hold my body really strong and stiff, and they won't be able to do it the half Nelson or nothing. I just stick there like really, and they won't be able to move me. Well, I'm 40. I had a hernia surgery. There's cracking going on here. They did something to my body. So that's what they tried to break me for the tournament. Because they knew that I just wanted to go eat some. They had hoagies, and sometimes I think they had cheesesteak. I forgot what. We used to have some cheesesteak. I guess, yeah, cheesesteak's good. I think I had was like a hoagie or a Gatorade all the time. Because I was trying to stay healthy and everything. That they must have had something else. I don't know. But that's all, folks. That's all I had for you guys. I'm your disabled combat veteran after all. Like the Miso in Nevada buddies on. And I got more Pokemon cards, but I gotta take a break now. Okay.